You want me to go to church on Sundays on a Zoom? Yeah, okay, great, fine. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll listen to a service. I mean, every church does it nowadays, and they'll say, our service today was viewed by 73 countries, because YouTube said 73. Oh, we 73 countries, right? But am I sold, am I really emotionally? I don't know. I wonder, validates your point about the 5% lecture and,
Well, you also don't know what people were doing when they went to church. And people were cynical about that. The people who fell out of the church, they say, well, they're 1 hour a week Christians. It's like, well, better an hour of contemplation of higher order moral virtue than zero. So zero's not much. And you think, well, the church didn't do that good a job. It's like, okay, do better. See if you can do better.
Yeah.
And so, but then also, well, what are you doing when you go to church? Well, you're singing. That's not nothing. With other people, that's not nothing. You're trying to orient yourself ethically with your community. Mm-hmm. You're sacrificing a part of your weekend to indicate your willingness to do so. Like you're in a drama, right? You're acting out something. Mm-hmm. And it's not merely fictional. It's like we get up in the morning, and you saw this in The Simpsons all the time with Marge Simpson trying to get her family to go to church, which they did. It's like, get up, put on a suit, dress up, go out there with members of your community and show your allegiance to something higher. And the atheists are cynical about that sort of thing, because they reduce God to a set of propositions, but they don't have any real appreciation for the embodiment. It's like I was in these beautiful chapels in Cambridge and Oxford. My God, they're so beautiful. It's just beyond comprehension. They're so stunningly magnificent. And the boys' choirs were singing, and they have excellent boys' choirs. They're like world class. Mm-hmm. And then they read these ancient words, and those things ring true. And there was a bunch of ideological nonsense at one of the chapels I went to, and that was off-putting. But you have to be there and doing that for that to work, right? It's not replaceable in any real sense by a virtual experience, because it's not just information content, or it's not abstract information content. It's the acting out of something. And that's what happens when you join a civic club. It's a mark of willingness to participate. It's a mark of faith in the system. And you think, well, I'm cynical about the damn system. It's like, good for you. You're not naive, thumbs up for you. But you're going to top out in your wisdom at cynicism? That's pretty dismal, man. You can do better than that. Like cynicism, that's beginner's place.
How often do you go to church?
That's a good question. I don't attend church. And so you might think that makes me a hypocrite. And possibly it does. I would say I participate avidly in civic enterprises, however. And for me, the lectures, that's a church for me. I'm trying to make things better. And I think I'm participating with people, my audience members, my viewers and listeners. They're committed to making things better, and they're committed to, I hope, at least in some sense, they're committed to the truth. And so it's always been awkward for me to go to church, because for a variety of reasons, and some of that might just be the unwillingness to do it, but I find myself uncomfortable in them often, because I always got the impression that the people who were reading the words didn't believe them.
The Trudeau factor.
Yes. Yeah. And so that's not necessarily any reason to be cynical, but then again, I'm not cynical about religious matters. So quite the contrary.